simple and easy, and it helps me to continue to do this work. When I've got so many other things going on.
That box is awesome, and it helps me know how to lead the girls without even being experienced with the Girl Scouts.
It's simple and easy, and it helps me to continue to do this work. When I've got so many other things going on.
That box is awesome, and it helps me know how to lead
Any caring adult that is interested in maybe starting a Girl Scout troop can run a Girl Scout troop using this work.
When I've got so many other things going on.
That box is awesome, and it helps me know how to
Any caring adult that is interested in maybe starting a Girl Scout troop.
Hi, I'm Shannon Pamiza, Vice President of Philanthropy and Community Partnerships with Girl Scouts of Central California South. I'm excited to introduce to you Society 1912, our monthly recurring giving program that honors the year Juliette Gordon Low founded Girl Scouts. With a gift of $19.12 or more each month, you'll help make Girl Scouting possible for all girls by providing financial aid to families in need, while also supporting essential programs in STEM, outdoor adventure, life skills, and entrepreneurship. Your gift ensures that every girl has access to the experiences that help her grow into a leader. As a thank you, Society 9 you'll help make Girl Scouting possible for all girls by providing financial aid to families in need, while also Society 1912 members receive an exclusive patch key holder designed to hold the Juliette Gordon Low Quarter, a meaningful keepsake that represents the legacy you're helping to shape. Join us in opening doors for girls. Scan the QR code on the screen to get started, or contact our customer care team for more information. We'd love to welcome you. Society 1912 members receive an exclusive patch key holder designed to hold the Juliette Gordon Low Quarter, a meaningful keepsake that represents the legacy you're helping to shape. Join us. Exclusive patch key to Society 1912. Thank you for helping us build the next generation of leaders. Your support means the world to us and the girls.
All right, ready? Out of the circle!
Seeing Girl Scouts do a new activity, it just sparks their imagination and their joy, and it is the most rewarding thing I have ever experienced.
As a volunteer, I think my first day was pins and needles because I'm like, oh my gosh, will I be prepared? But the experience boxes have been transformational. It already comes packaged, it already comes with directions, and it helps you get comfortable with what are we doing today.
We wanted to make it as easy as possible to sign up and be a troop leader. They basically get every month in the mail a box. As a troop leader, with my two daughters in the troop, we tested every activity that we put in the box. We give you the script. We give you the handouts. We give you all of the fun supplies that you need. You don't need to bring anything else with you.
If you have everything put together for you, if there's directions, you can kind of take that deep breath like, okay, this is very doable.
It is simple and easy, and it helps me to continue to do this work when I've got so many other things going on.
That box is awesome, and it helps me know how to lead the girls without even being experienced with the Girl Scouts.
Any caring adult that is interested in maybe starting a Girl Scout troop can run a Girl Scout troop using this box. No experience necessary.
Hi, I'm Shannon Pamiza, Vice President of Philanthropy and Community Partnerships with Girl Scouts of Central California South. I'm excited to introduce to you Society 1912, our monthly recurring giving program that honors the year Julia Gordon Low founded Girl Scouts. With a gift of $19.12 or more each month, you'll help make Girl Scouting possible for all girls by providing financially to families in need, while also supporting essential programs in STEM, outdoor adventure, life skills, and entrepreneurship. Your gift ensures that every girl has access to the experiences that help her grow into a leader. As a thank you, Society 1912 members receive an exclusive patch key holder designed to hold the Julia Gordon Low Quarter, a meaningful keepsake that represents the legacy you're helping to shape. Join us in opening doors for girls. Scan the QR code on the screen to get started, or contact our customer care team for more information. We'd love to welcome you to Society 1912. Thank you for helping us build the next generation of leaders. Your support means the world to us and the girls we serve.
All right, ready? Out of the circle!
Seeing Girl Scouts do a new activity, it just sparks their imagination and their joy. And it is the most rewarding thing I have ever experienced.
As a volunteer, I think my first day was pins and needles because I'm like, oh my gosh, will I be prepared? But the experience boxes have been transformational. It already comes packaged, it already comes with directions, and it helps you get comfortable with what are we doing today.
We wanted to make it as easy as possible to sign up and be a troop leader. They basically get every month in the mail a box. As a troop leader, with my two daughters in the troop, we tested every activity that we put in the box. We give you the script. We give you the handouts. We give you all of the fun supplies that you need. You don't need to bring anything else with you.
If you have everything put together for you, if there's directions, you can kind of take that deep breath like, okay, this is very doable.
It is simple and easy, and it helps me to continue to do this work when I've got so many other things going on.
That box is awesome, and it helps me know how to lead the girls without even being experienced with the Girl Scouts.
Any caring adult that is interested in maybe starting a Girl Scout troop can run a Girl Scout troop using this box. No experience necessary.
Hi, I'm Shannon Pamiza, Vice President of Philanthropy and Community Partnerships with Girl Scouts of Central California South. I'm excited to introduce to you Society 1912.
All right, ready? Out of the
recenter, and refocus as we advance the Girl Scout mission in the coming year. Tonight, we'll have an opportunity to look back at our year in review, hear from a volunteer panel of incredible leaders about how they lead and live the Girl Scout leadership experience, and break out into focus groups to get feedback from all of you, our delegates, on key topics like increasing diversity, expanding ways to experience Girl Scouting, understanding and marketing our value proposition, and financial stability to enable a strong movement. In preparing for our annual meeting tonight, I was reflecting over the past 7.5 years that I've been so fortunate to be with Council. There have been so many amazing and inspiring opportunities to connect with our Girl Scouts and our incredible volunteers. From leading a destination back in 2008 to South Africa, where we took just under 20 Girl Scouts, to incredible camp experiences up at our partner Camp Elowan, countless hikes, hundreds of, well, probably not hundreds, dozens of pies in the face, hundreds of cookie booth visits, and more friendship circles than I can count. I was reminded of just how special our organization is. We create memories and experiences that our girls will remember for the rest of their lives. But we also enrich each of our lives as well as adults through friendships and shared experiences that we develop through Girl Scouts too. It reminded me that it's emblematic of our lyrics in one of our songs that we often sing. Make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and the other is gold. Let us keep that as a guiding principle as we continue to evolve and grow as an organization, holding true to each other while courageously inviting others into the organization to experience Girl Scouting too. Now, as we begin our meeting, I'd like to first introduce our board of directors that have served our council for the 2024-2025 board year. We'll begin with our board officers. Our board chair, Dr. Gail Racebro. Our first vice chair, the Honorable Virna L. Santos. Our second vice chair, Joanne Bazarian. Our board treasurer, Michael Osana. Our board secretary, Fabiola Ramirez. And our at-large board members, Michael Alexander, Stephen Barnes, Heather Brown, Brenda Budke, Nancy McCaffrey, Michelle McWilliams, and the Honorable Kimberly Tapscott Munson. We also want to recognize our girl representatives to the board who will be serving in the upcoming year. Haley T. is returning for her second year of board service, and Alexandria S. is starting her first year of board service. Thank you to all of our board members for your dedication and the time and passion that you've given us over the past year. Now, in true Girl Scout fashion, we are going to begin our meeting this evening with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the National Anthem and the Girl Scout Promise and Law. We are so pleased and fortunate to have 4 amazing Girl Scouts here live in Fresno with us to lead this part of our program. Each of these Girl Scouts will be presenting a special part of our opening. Camilla M. from Troop 2006 will lead the Pledge of Allegiance. Kyrie B. and Annalise D. from Troop 2864 will present our national anthem. And Miranda N. from Troop 5143 will share the Girl Scout Promise and Law. We invite any current or past military to salute in the appropriate manner.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? On my honor, I will try to serve God and my country, to help people at all times, and to live by the Girl Scout law. I will do my best to be honest and fair, friendly and helpful, considerate and caring, courageous and strong, responsible for what I say and do, respect myself and others, respect authority, use resources wisely, make the world a better place, and be a sister to every Girl Scout.
All right, before we get started with the business of our meeting tonight, we would like to review our virtual meeting procedures. To facilitate open and transparent debate amongst our service unit delegates and an effective annual business meeting, the following virtual meeting procedures have been adopted by the Board of Directors, in accordance with Section 7.3 of the Council bylaws, and will serve as the rules of order for this meeting. All motions and resolutions shall be made in written form and submitted to the chair via the chat function or via email to governance@girlscoutccs.org. Service unit delegates will remain on mute while speakers provide information and make presentations on each agenda item. Once the presentation concludes for the agenda item, the chair shall entertain a motion, a second, and open discussion and debate. Service unit delegates that wish to speak or provide comments via the Zoom meeting platform's chat function on items on the agenda shall state their name, position, service unit, and troop. The remarks should be addressed to the chair and relate to the agenda item under discussion. Each service unit delegate speaking on an agenda item shall have 2 minutes to speak. To ensure that all service unit delegates have an opportunity to speak, no one service unit delegate may speak twice until everyone wishing to speak has had the opportunity to do so. Questions regarding any items on the agenda to be considered at the meeting may be asked by the service unit delegates after the speaker has concluded the presentation. Proposals considered at the meeting are limited to those specifically included in the notice of the meeting and agenda in accordance with the council bylaws. Such proposals will be voted upon as presented. Motions on all items on the agenda will be made by a representative of the board or committee making the recommendation. Each motion will be allotted a minimum of 5 minutes for discussion and debate, subject to extension by the chair. Debates may be extended by a 2/3 vote or closed in less than 5 minutes by a motion to call the question made by a service unit delegate. A motion to call the question takes precedence over any other motion on the floor and also requires a 2/3 vote. If the motion is adopted, an immediate vote on the question at hand is called. To second a motion or to ask questions or debate, service unit delegates may type into the Zoom chat function or request to speak by utilizing the reactions function in Zoom and clicking on the hand raise icon. Staff will confirm that the individual is a service unit delegate and advise the chair of their interest in speaking, who will then have their line unmuted at the appropriate time. There will be a variety of times tonight where we will call for a vote by the service unit delegates. These items are reflected in the notice of the meeting and agenda item as action items in bold. Voting members are defined under our council bylaws as service unit delegates, members of the council's board of directors, and members of the council board development committee. When the chair calls for a vote, voting may take place using the Zoom poll function or by the chair calling for voting members to be unmuted with a vote by voice acclamation at the discretion of the chair. For voting using Zoom's poll function, service unit delegates participating only by phone may submit their vote via email to governance@girlscoutccs.org. Service unit delegates that are also participating only by phone may second a motion, or debate or discuss a motion by emailing that same email address with the request to speak. Staff will confirm that the individual is a service unit delegate and advise the chair. For technical assistance during our meeting, please email governance@girlscoutsccs.org. And an important note, if you are attending as a delegate via Zoom using a mobile or a tablet device, the voting poll may appear on a different screen. To access that and to participate in the vote, be sure to swipe right or left on your screen. Now, before we begin our official business with the 2025 Girl Scouts of Central California South annual business meeting, we have a special welcome from GSUSA President of the National Board of Directors, Narain Khan.
Hello, everyone. It's truly an honor to be with you today, even virtually. A heartfelt thank you to your board chair, Dr. Gail Raceborough, and CEO Russell Stratham for their bold leadership and unwavering commitment to our shared mission. Gail, as you conclude your term as board chair, congratulations on your exceptional service. Your dedication and vision have made a lasting impact, and we're deeply grateful for your leadership. It's also a pleasure to welcome Verna Santos as your incoming board chair. Verna, your passion and insight will be invaluable as your
We're aware
council
of a
continues
technical
to
issue
grow,
with our sound.
evolve, and
Troubleshooting that
innovate for
right
the
now,
future.
and we will be
On behalf of my
video. Give us just 30 seconds here.
myself and the entire National Board. Hello, everyone. It's truly an honor to be with you today, even virtually. A heartfelt thank you to your board chair, Dr. Gail Raceborough, and CEO Russell Stratham for their bold leadership and unwavering commitment to our shared mission. Gail, as you conclude your term as board chair, congratulations on your exceptional service. Your dedication and vision have made a lasting impact, and we're deeply grateful for your leadership. It's also a pleasure to welcome Verna Santos as your incoming board chair. Verna, your passion and insight will be invaluable as your council continues to grow, evolve, and innovate for the future. On behalf of myself and the entire National Board, thank you for your deep devotion to the Girl Scouts mission. I'm excited to share some opening thoughts as you kick off what I know will be a rich, meaningful, and forward-looking annual meeting. Last fall, we shared with you our strategic objectives, as well as the future state we want to move towards. Over the past 6 months, with input from you, councils, and the National Board, we have built our 3-year roadmap. This roadmap aligns with our vision and mission, addresses critical pain points facing the movement today, and also builds new capabilities, services, and experiences for the future. We are focused on enabling more girls and families to choose Girl Scouts by increasing diversity in Girl Scouting, enabling us to welcome all girls and families, by expanding ways to experience Girl Scouting, ensuring a simplified and more rewarding experience for volunteers, and a more flexible and impactful experience for girls, by developing and communicating a compelling and widely understood value proposition, helping us reach more girls and families, and by defining a path forward to financial stability, ensuring a strong movement. The key focus areas summarize the high-level buckets that our many strategic initiatives roll up to. And technology is a critical enabler of almost everything we do, from the cookie program experience to volunteer tools. And thanks to the support from the National Council, including the approval of the phased membership dues increase, we've made important progress. To increase diversity, we're launching movement-wide cultural competency training in FY26. We've implemented a community engagement model focused on underserved families, and we're developing modern, inclusive programming that reflects the lives of girls today. To enhance the girl experience, we've simplified how girls earn the highest awards, retiring journeys, and replacing them with new leadership awards tailored towards their goals. We've added downloadable badge booklets to the volunteer toolkit, and our Daisy experience boxes, now available in both English and Spanish, are easing the burden on new troop leaders in over 100 councils. To strengthen our value proposition, we're preparing to launch a bilingual brand advertising campaign next year. And we're creating an advisory board of experts to guide program innovation and partnerships. To support financial stability, we've improved the digital cookie experience, adding PayPal, Venmo, and better reliability. And we're deepening alum engagement, especially among Gold Award Girl Scouts. And this isn't just a 3-year plan. It's the launch pad for our Vision 2030, where Girl Scouts leads the way for a generation of confident, prepared girls. We are committed to revolutionizing engagement with flexible, accessible, modern options for girls and volunteers, amplifying our impact by partnering with best-in-class organizations and building trust in new communities, and securing tomorrow through smart use of resources, growing philanthropy, and aligning our infrastructure with our strategy. We are one movement, one strategy, and one vision. Together, we're building a world where every girl knows her worth, feels confident, and has the skills to thrive. We're at a powerful inflection point, reimagining how girls engage, grow, and lead in a changing world. And I know you will help guide this transformation and ensure that Girl Scouts continues to thrive for generations to come. I am excited to be on this journey with you. Thank you for your partnership and your commitment to the enduring power, importance, and impact of the Girl Scout mission. I hope you have a productive and inspiring annual meeting.
All right, it is now time to call our business meeting to order, and I'd like to ask our board chair, Dr. Gail Raceborough, to the virtual stage to kick our meeting off.
Special thank you to Narain Khan, our GSUSA President of the National Board of Directors, for that message. Now it's time to get started with the business portion of our meeting. Prior to our official call to order, I would like to introduce Daniela Crisanti of Sagasser, Watkins, and Whelan PC, our legal counsel, who will be serving as the parliamentarian today. Thank you, Daniela, for joining us this year and for assisting us throughout the year.
Of course, I'm happy to do it. It's a pleasure to meet you all virtually.
Thank you so much. It's now time to confirm that we have established a quorum as required under the council's bylaws. Fabiola Ramirez, our board secretary, would you please confirm that we have a quorum?
Madam Chair, in accordance to the bylaws of the corporation, I am pleased to certify to you that we have a quorum and we can proceed with the business meeting at this point.
Thank you, Fabiola. The meeting is officially called to order. Our first item of business is the review and approval of the 2025 agenda. The agenda has been provided as attachment 1 in the annual business meeting packet in accordance with the notice of the meeting requirement of our council bylaws. May I now have a motion to accept the agenda?
I'll make that motion. Verna Santos.
Is there a second?
Steve Barnes.
I second that motion, Monica Escalante.
Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, we will take our first vote on the approval of the agenda. You will see on your screen a Zoom poll. Please cast your vote using the poll. We will wait 30 seconds for the tabulation of votes. Thank you. The results of the vote are on your screen. As you can see, the motion has passed and the agenda is adopted. Now we must review and approve the minutes of our 2024 annual business meeting. The minutes were included in attachment 5 of your packet, and they are also going to be put on the screen. May I have a motion to accept the 2024 annual business meeting minutes?
I'll make that motion, Berna Santos.
Thank you. Do I have a second?
I'll second Fabiola Ramirez.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, we'll take our second vote for the approval of the meeting minutes. You'll see on your screen the Zoom poll. Cast your vote, and we will wait 30 seconds for the tabulation of the votes. Thank you. The results of the vote are on your screen. As you can see, the motion has passed and the minutes are adopted. I would now like to turn the meeting over to our board first vice chair, the Honorable Verna Santos, who will present the slate prepared and recommended by the Board Development Committee.
Thank you, Gail. Good evening to all of you. It is my honor and privilege to present the slate of nominees for the Board of Directors, Officers, Board Development Committee, and the National Council delegates. This includes both new nominees and incumbents whose terms have expired, as some of the directors are not rotating off the board this year due to staggering appointment dates. It is my pleasure to present to you the complete slate of officers of the board for the 2025-2026 board year, as included in the presentation and supporting materials in attachment 2. You can see them on this slide. You will see next to each individual whether that person is up for election this year or in the current term that has not yet expired. Now we have the complete slate of at-large board members for the 2025-2026 board year, as included in the presentation and supporting materials in attachment 2. You can see them on this slide. Again, you will see next to each individual whether that person is up for election this year or in a current term that has not yet expired. Next, we have the complete slate of the Board Development Committee members for the 2025-2026 board year, as included in the presentation and supporting materials in attachment 2. You will see the next to each individual whether that person is up for election this year or in a current term that has not yet expired. Finally, I would like to present the slate of nominees for National Council session delegates and alternate delegates for the triennium beginning 2025 and ending 2028, as included in the presentation and supporting materials in attachment 4. National delegates represent our council at GSUSA in movement governance. The council publicized and accepted applications for national delegates for a period of several months through January 31st, 2025. A total of 14 members representing a diverse mix of girls and adults from different geographic areas of the council submitted applications. Under the terms of the council bylaws, the Board Development Committee interviewed all candidates and is presenting the slate of nominees for NSC delegates and alternates for election and approval. Thank you all for agreeing to be nominated to serve in these critical positions, and thank you to our Board of Development Committee for their work throughout the past year to solicit nominations, interview candidates, and put forward the slates. Madam Chair, I move to submit the slate of nominees for the Board of Directors, Officers, and Board Development Committee, as well as the National Council delegates and alternates to the council delegates for approval in accordance to our council bylaws.
Thank you, Verna. And thank you to the entire Board Development Committee for its work in putting this slate of nominees together. The slate has now been officially presented according to the council bylaws, and First Vice Chair Verna Santos has made a motion to approve the slate. May I have a second?
I second Monica Escalante.
Thank you. Is there any discussion? Hearing no discussion, we will take a vote on the approval of the slate of nominees for Board of Directors, Officers, Board Development Committee, and National Council delegates and alternates as presented and included in the meeting materials. Again, you will see a Zoom poll on your screen. Please cast your vote, and we will wait 30 seconds for the tabulation. Thank you to those of you who will be serving as our council and officers and members of the Board of Directors, Board Development Committee, and National Council delegates and alternates that were just voted in at this vote. At this time, I'd like to invite Dr. Russell Statham to return and lead us through the next segment of our annual business meeting.
Thank you, Gail. It is now time for our State of the Council report. This time in our meeting is an important opportunity for our council leadership team to provide informational updates on the council's performance, financial outlook, and the impact that we're having on our mission. You'll be hearing first this evening from our Chief Mission Delivery Officer, Delilah Fajardo Rosencrans, and then from our Chief Financial Officer, Alana Gabrielson. I'll then return to present on our new movement strategy and what we're calling Vision 2030. As many of you know, Delilah just completed her first year with us here at Girl Scouts, and she's already had a big impact in that short amount of time. From seeing her at camp to Gold Award interviews and even a pie in the face and everything in between, I know that our members have been enjoying getting to know her. She's a passionate defender of our mission and driven to grow our impact, and I'm truly thankful to have her on our team. Delilah, please join us on stage to kick us off with our State of the Council presentation.
Thank you, Russell, for the kind introduction. I'm honored to be here this evening at our 2025 annual meeting. Tonight, I look forward to sharing the remarkable achievements our council has accomplished over the past year, as well as the exciting news and strategies we've outlined for the year ahead. Our council's strategic vision is to create a network of support that champions girls from all backgrounds in reaching their unique potential. But why is having a strategic vision like this so important? Having a clear vision is important because it unites us under a shared purpose, guides our decisions, and holds us accountable to the girls and communities we serve. It reminds us that our work matters and that every program, partnership, and conversation should help move us closer to a future where all girls have the opportunity to thrive. This vision isn't just a statement, it's our commitment in action. Following steady growth in membership after the pandemic, this year brought some unique and unexpected challenges. We believe this decline is driven by several interrelated factors. Nationally, youth organizations are seeing a steady decline in membership as families navigate more demands and choices than ever before. The rising cost of Girl Scout membership can also present a barrier, particularly during times of economic uncertainty. The more rigorous training requirements introduced by AB 506, while essential for safeguarding our girls, have made volunteer recruitment and onboarding more challenging. Additionally, our current political climate has created a sense of uncertainty for many, many families. Concerns around safety Inclusion and shifting educational and social norms can influence a family's willingness or their ability to commit to extracurricular programs like Girl Scouts. This environment can make it harder for some families to fully engage or prioritize youth development opportunities, even when they value them. We're approaching this as an opportunity to listen and to learn and to respond with purpose, and to re-engage with our Girl Scout families in meaningful ways. Every conversation, reminder, and connection we make has the power to bring a girl back for another year of friendship, growth, and adventure. Because every girl deserves a chance to continue her Girl Scout journey. I'm excited to share that we met our goal of 275 troops for the year. This is a huge milestone and a testament to the dedication of our volunteers, community partners, and staff. As we look ahead, our focus will be on retention, keeping the girls and volunteers we have, supporting our members with strong, responsive service, and growing the amazing troops that already exist. This isn't just about numbers. It's about creating meaningful, lasting Girl Scout experiences for every member. And together, we will make that happen. We know that at the heart of the Girl Scout experience lives our troops, especially those that stay strong and consistent year after year. That's why we're proud to introduce a brand new recognition opportunity for our most committed and engaged troops, the Legacy Troop designation. Legacy troops aren't just active, they go above and beyond to create vibrant and welcoming and sustainable experience for their Girl Scouts. These are the troops that lead with intention, they build community, and represent the very best of what Girl Scouts has to offer. Here's the great news. Most of the requirements to become a Legacy Troop are things you're likely already doing as part of a healthy, engaged troop. We've simply brought them together into one clear celebratory pathway to recognize your commitment. To earn this designation, troops must meet a set of key requirements. Complete the Back to Troop update, ensure leaders have completed all 3 Learn to Lead trainings, host Grow Your Troop recruitment event with staff at least once a year, reach 75% early bird renewal rate, submit troop financials by June 30th, participate in both the fall and cookie product programs, send a representative to our virtual monthly service unit town hall meetings, complete a service project, or represent GSCCS in your community, like participating in your local Christmas parade. And to round out the Legacy experience, troops must also engage in one of these activities: host a sister troop meeting, hosting or participating in a bridging ceremony, or attending a GSCCS signature event like Aggranation. We designed these requirements to reflect what thriving troops already are prioritizing: good communication, strong leadership, participation in product programs, and staying connected to their community. Now for the fun part, the rewards. Legacy troops will receive $150 in program credits, a Girl Scout experience box to onboard 4 new daisies or brownies, or a GSCCS welcome kit, and a Legacy Troop patch to proudly display your accomplishment. This is our way of recognizing troops that are not only active, but deeply invested in the mission of Girl Scouting. We can't wait to celebrate our first Legacy troops. Our extended learning program is an essential part of delivering on the Girl Scout mission because it helps break down barriers and open up new pathways to leadership for girls across our council. Let's take a look closer at why this program really matters. For girls, it means more opportunities to explore their interests, build confidence, and develop life skills, no matter their circumstances. It provides safe, supportive spaces where girls can learn, connect, and truly thrive. For family, it offers flexibility. We know not every family can attend traditional troop meetings due to work schedules, lack of transportation, or life's unpredictability. Extended learning ensures that even with those challenges, girls don't miss out on the transformational experiences Girl Scouts provides. For communities, the impact is far-reaching. When girls are empowered to lead, serve, and grow, It creates a ripple effect, developing future leaders who are confident, socially conscious, and committed to making their neighborhoods stronger. What makes this program even more special is the high-quality curriculum we've developed. They earn badges, work on their entrepreneurship skills through cookie sales, and go on field trips, including attending council signature events like AgriNation, all as part of their program experience. It's built around key learning outcomes, including leadership development, collaboration, critical thinking, and community engagement. And we're proud to share that other Girl Scout councils across the country have reached out to us to learn more about our curriculum and our program design. That tells us we're not only making an impact locally, we're becoming a model of innovation and inclusion nationwide. The Extended Learning Program is more than a strategy, it's a promise to meet girls where they are, and to ensure every girl has access to the tools she needs to lead with courage, confidence, and character. Join me in watching this short video. What a beautiful reminder of why we do this work. The bridging ceremony you just saw highlights the incredible growth of our Extended Learning Program girls in Mendota. Their pride, their confidence, and their joy are truly inspiring. Moments like these show the power of access, consistency, and community. We're so proud of these girls and grateful to the families, staff, and volunteers who help make these experiences possible. This is Girl Scout at its best, opening doors, celebrating milestones, and building the next generation of leaders. Community partnership troops play a crucial role in ensuring that all girls, regardless of their living circumstances, have access to the Girl Scout experience. These troops are especially important for girls who may not live in traditional household settings, such as those in foster care, transitional housing, group homes, or living with extended family. By partnering with schools, shelters, social service agencies, and community organizations, we can bring Girl Scouting directly to where these girls are. This model removes barriers to participation, such as transportation, cost, or lack of caregiver involvement, and provides a consistent, supportive environment for growth, for learning, and leadership. Community partnership troops not only extend our mission of inclusion and equity, but they also serve as a lifeline, helping girls build confidence, develop their life skills, and feel a sense of belonging when they need it absolutely the most.
Hello, my name is Lieutenant Monique Williams from Central California Women's Facility. We are the largest women's institution in the world. And I am currently working as the Administrative Assistant to Warden Anissa Dela Cruz, Public Information Officer. We're here today to talk about our Girl Scouts Troop 2020. And our Girl Scouts Troop 2020 is located here at Central California Women's Facility. It's our collaboration between Central California South Girl Scouts, where the young ladies in the community, the children of the incarcerated, get to have opportunities that they would not normally have if it wasn't for our Girl Scouts. So I really wanted to take time to just connect and tell you a little bit about the things that are going on at our institution and the things that are how we are being affected by Girl Scouts here at the institution and in the community around us. So I'm very grateful to say that the incarcerated women have had positive input in regards to their children being able to take advantage of community events for Girl Scouts. They're having their own Girl Scout 2020 troop is what allows us to feel like there's a connection in the community with their children. Their children, even at Christmas time, you know, I heard the wonderful stories of how Girl Scouts checks in with the Girl Scout Troop 2020 team with the young ladies. Sometimes for our incarcerated women, that means so much. They're not able to connect and go out into the communities and check on their children, but that's one of the offerings of the Girl Scout Troop 2020 team, and we're very grateful for that. So I wanted to tell the Girl Scouts thank you, because another impact that they have is on our staff and our population. Whenever we have events at our institution, the Girl Scouts have come out and donated cookies. They come out and they set up and give information. They support the women and the staff. We recently had a resource fair, which is a reentry fair, preparing our incarcerated individuals to go back into the communities, you know, better than they were before they entered the institution. And the support from the Girl Scouts team was amazing. Coming in, we have just under 2,000 incarcerated women, and every single one of them received a pack of cookies. That meant everything to them, right? So I just really wanted to let you all know the impact that's happening here at our institution and in our neighborhoods and in our communities by the Girl Scouts troop. And the love that we appreciate, that we feel like that's being shown, is really immeasurable, and we want to say thank you. Just recently, the Girl Scouts troop donated all these cookies for our women's symposium. So in 2 weeks, we'll have a staff wellness women's symposium. It's in Clovis, California, right there next to Fresno, and it's at the Clovis Veterans Memorial. The exciting thing is, as every single staff member walks in, they'll receive a pack of cookies as well. That's just approximately 400 cookies, packages of cookies. So I just want to say thank you for the impact that you're making in our communities. Thank you for your sponsorships, and you have to know the amazing things that are going on at Central California Women's Facility and in our communities with Girl Scouts. Thank you.
Thank you to Monique for that powerful testimonial. Her words speak to the real impact Girl Scouts can have, even in the most unexpected places. Through our community partnership troops, we're not just reaching girls, we're building bridges with institutions, families, and communities who believe in their potential. We're so grateful for Central California Women's Facility Partnership and Advocacy, and we're proud to continue this work, creating access, opportunity, and hope for every girl everywhere. At the heart of a strong Girl Scout experience is a confident, well-prepared leader. Training both new and longtime members is essential to ensuring that every girl, no matter where she joins, receives a high-quality, consistent, and mission-aligned experience. This year, we've made huge progress. We've seen a 619% increase in the number of members trained, an incredible leap that speaks to the commitment of our volunteers and the strength of our new training approach. This momentum is helping us build not just better troops, but a stronger, more confident community of leaders across our entire council. When our new training department was formed, we realized something right away. There wasn't a clear training just for new leaders. What we had was a meet and greet with troop support and 2 trainings called PB&J and BLT. But those names were confusing, and new leaders didn't always know where to begin. One of our top priorities was to help new leaders feel more confident in the role they had just committed to. So we took the best parts of what was already out there, PB&J, BLT, and the new leader orientation guide, and created something new. It's called Learn to Lead, a simple, step-by-step training series to help new leaders feel supported and ready from the start. Our Learn to Lead 1 through 3 training series is available every month through live virtual sessions, giving volunteers a chance to ask questions and connect in real time. These trainings are also available anytime in GS Learn, so volunteers can complete them at their own pace or go back and review whenever they need a refresher. This setup not only supports flexible learning, but also makes it easier for us to track completion and run reports in Looker so we can better understand training progress across the council. To build on the success of our Learn to Lead series, we also launched a second training series called Love to Lead. This series is designed for volunteers who are ready for more advanced or specialized topics like CPR and first aid, trip planning, extended trip planning, and event planning. We also took a fresh look at outdoor training and made important changes to better fit our volunteers' busy lives. Instead of requiring a full weekend, we split it into two manageable parts. Part 1 is virtual, and Part 2 is a one-day in-person session offered twice a year. This gives volunteers the flexibility to get the training they need without having to give up an entire weekend, while still ensuring girls have safe and exciting outdoor experiences. We've seen a strong and encouraging level of participation across all our trainings. I'm incredibly proud of how far we've come. Our volunteers are receiving the training, tools, and support they need, and it shows. Together, we're not just checking boxes. We're building a stronger, more confident community of leaders who are better equipped to deliver a high-quality Girl Scout experience for every girl. And this is just the beginning. At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce our Chief Financial Officer, Alana Gabrielson, who will guide us through the next portion of our meeting.
Thank you, Delilah. As we look at the financial health of the council, we go directly to how our membership numbers are for the current year and the renewals for the next year. Without Girl Scouts and leaders, there is no GSCCS. This fiscal year, council leadership made a change in how Girl Scouts can earn their next year's membership. A Girl Scout earns their membership by participating in the cookie product program sale and sells 50 packages. The Girl Scout does receive package count credit for the 50 packages towards the reward system. However, the troop and the service unit proceeds are calculated starting at package 51 for each Girl Scout in the unit. As we can see on this slide, the number of Girl Scouts that earned their membership for 2026 year is 2,254, an increase of 969 more Girl Scouts where troops, service units, or parents didn't have to pay for their membership. This gives the power to the Girl Scout to earn their way in our programs as our founder, Juliet Gordon Lowe, intended. Since the base of our financial health is around Girl Scouts being members of GSUSA and GSCCS, you can see how our Girl Scout membership has fluctuated over the past 5 years. This chart shows the number of Girl Scout members compared to girls participating in the cookie product program sales. We had the highest participation in Girl Scouts in the cookie program in 2020, then the decrease during the pandemic years with a rebound in 2024. However, in 2025, we saw a decline. Even though we have fluctuation in Girl Scout participation, our per girl average peaked in 2022 at 516 packages. Since then, it's dipped a bit, landing at 320 in 2025. This tells us our sellers are still working hard, but we may need to explore new ways to support and motivate them. Another metric we observe is the number of packages sold. Total cookie packages sold tell a powerful story. Over 1.3 million in 2020 to just over 800,000 in 2025. We've seen a shift. But remember, every box sold supports a girl's journey. Let's use this data to fuel our strategy and spark new ideas. We also look at a geographic area's participation over the past 3 years. In 2023, our council-wide participation was 27.73%. Kings County led the way above average at 47.65%. This shows the power of local engagement and strong troop support. Let's give a round of applause to Kings County. 2024 brought big changes. Membership fluctuated among the counties, but participation did increase to 32.20%. That's a 4.47% increase, with Kern and Madera counties having around 13% increase. In 2025, participation rose slightly again to 37.93%, but here's the silver lining. We're seeing an increase in engagement in Fresno, Kern, and Tulare counties with a slight decrease in Kings and Madera. These insights help us target support where it's needed the most. Finally, let's look at the regional contributions. Fresno and Kern County continue to lead in total sales, with Fresno County holding strong over 40%. Tulare County came back in 2025, jumping to 14.3%. Every region plays a vital role in our success. And thank you for all that you do. Now I'd like to welcome Russell back to deliver an exciting presentation on our national movement strategy.
Thank you, Alana and Delilah, both for providing us with those great, important organizational updates. I want to shift now to our strategic plan, which is driven from a national level and will be implemented locally here at GSCCS. We're calling as a movement this our 2025 to 2028 three-year movement strategy. And ultimately, the vision for where we're going is called Vision 2030. But before I begin with where we're going, I think it's important to reflect on what we've learned from where we're at today and where we've come from. Girl Scouts of the USA has conducted extensive research, focus groups, done national surveys, and done market research with both current and non-current members to determine how Girl Scouts is having its best impact in the community and where we can continue to improve. What the research showed was that girls today still need what Girl Scouting provides. Parents still want what we offer, and the Girl Scout leadership experience isn't just relevant today, it is critical to preparing girls for their future. But it also showed us that we have to grow and change. We have to evolve in how we're showing up, supporting and engaging our diverse communities. We have to change how we're delivering and improve how we're delivering the Girl Scout experience. We have to improve how we engage volunteers and how easy it is to volunteer with Girl Scouts. We have to improve how we communicate the Girl Scout brand and ultimately how we fund our future. The research also showed that we have work to do in ensuring that there's equity across all ethnic and racial groups represented in Girl Scouts. We know today that over 50% of children are children of color, and yet they are underrepresented significantly in Girl Scouts, both in initial enrollment and first and subsequent year retention. So as a movement and as a council, we have to get underneath what those barriers are. We have to understand how we can remove those barriers to participation to make sure that every girl in every zip code, in every race or ethnicity in our council feels welcome and supported in Girl Scouts. We've also learned that our Girl Scout brand is not well understood. We have one of the top 10 most recognizable brands in the world. I'm going to repeat that. We have one of the most top 10 recognizable brands in the world. But unfortunately, our brand is known for primarily one thing, and that's cookies, right? And so they don't know about the important missional impacts that we have, and we need to change that. And those that do know about Girl Scouts often feel like it can be an exclusive group, right? Or maybe it's not for them because of our membership concept. And finally, our value proposition, which is really just a sort of business term to say, right, our unique offering and impact to the world, it isn't well understood, it isn't well defined, and it isn't well understood by the public. So these next two slides showcase the work that went into the development of this new movement strategy. It kicked off with reviewing market research with CEOs of councils in October of 2023, almost 2 years ago. Surveying and delegate feedback, which occurred throughout 2024 with our National Council delegates, and the National Board approved the final vision and value proposition statements in October 2024. Now, in late 2024 through today, initiatives have been being developed and presented to the national delegates, council CEOs, and council leadership for feedback. The draft 3-year roadmap was presented to our national delegates, and the National Board approved it earlier this month. The plan will begin rollout this coming October. To develop the strategic plan, the board and the national office initially created what's called a logic model. And a logic model basically helps us to distill the results of the market research. It began with a problem statement, which identified that many girls today still struggle with confidence, self-esteem, and building the skills necessary to successfully navigate today's complex world and lead happy and fulfilling lives. The research then examined the unique differentiators. what makes Girl Scouts truly unique and what it is for our girls, and the ways in which we impact our girls' lives. These inputs, activities, skills, outcomes, and impacts were then used to draft our vision statement. And our vision statement is a world in which girls are confident, understand their worth, and have the skills to thrive. Now, our mission statement remains unchanged and continues to be our North Star in Girl Scouts, building girls of courage, confidence, and character who make the world a better place. But we have more clearly defined our value proposition, which again is a term that we use to describe the unique impact that we have in the world and our true North Star in what we provide our girls. So the nationally adopted value proposition is that Girl Scouting provides girls with the skills necessary to navigate life with purpose and joy by offering unique experiences and the support girls need to discover their interest, build self-confidence, and become agents of change as global citizens, life ready for today and tomorrow. Now, this slide shows the interaction of these three elements, right? Our vision, our mission, and our value proposition, all coupled against the new movement strategy. As you can see, the overarching strategic objective is that more girls and families intentionally choose Girl Scouts as the place to learn, grow, and connect. Now, to do this, we've developed 4 supporting objectives. Number 1, increasing diversity in Girl Scouting. Number 2, expanding ways to experience Girl Scouting. Number 3, having a compelling and widely understood value proposition that is marketed well in our communities. And 4, ensuring financial stability to enable a strong movement. Now, we're going to walk through more detail of what each of these strategies will entail. But first, I want to talk a little bit about where we are in each of these areas and a little bit more about where we want to be by taking a look at what we call a current and future state. Our national office assessed where we are as a movement across each of these 4 strategies and defined what we want our future state to look like. And so I'm going to briefly cover this for each of the strategic areas. For our first objective on increasing diversity in Girl Scouting, we aim to transform our organization from a model where there's limited and unsustainable engagement to one where we have robust and meaningful engagement where diverse communities choose Girl Scouting. Part of how we're going to do that is to invest in cultural competency and key training for our volunteers, staff, and girls, including modernizing badges and developing more authentic cultural relevancy in all of our programming. And we want to cultivate and hold a courageous and inviting commitment with transparent positions on issues of social relevance to diverse communities. Our next objective is to expand the ways that girls can experience Girl Scouting. Through this objective, we aim to create a future state where we have meaningful, interconnected engagement so that however you participate in Girl Scouting, whether it's in a traditional troop, as a Juliet, or even in one of our after-school programs, that all of those girls have meaningful opportunities to engage with other Girl Scouts and have similar programmatic experiences. We also aim to create an ecosystem where we are meeting families where they are, meaning we're at their community events, we're in their spaces, we're in their hometowns, so that they don't have to search for Girl Scouts, we search for them. We also want to get to a place where families choose from diverse experience models, just like our after-school program model that Delilah was presenting about in our State of the Council report. And finally, we want to ensure that leading Girl Scouts as volunteers is fun, it's easy, and it's rewarding. And I really want to emphasize that because I know how difficult it can be sometimes to volunteer with Girl Scouts. And so as a movement, we are collectively committed to making that experience better, to reducing red tape, and to making it easier for our volunteers to deliver on our mission. Now, as we talked about earlier, we all know that Girl Scouts, unfortunately, isn't well understood. Everybody knows our name, but very few people know what we truly do. And so in this objective, we aim to really transform our market position through bold clarity around our value proposition. This work will entail ensuring that we're seen as vital in our communities, that communities truly choose us, and that we're seen as solving critical problems for girls today. Finally, to do this important work, we have to have a strong financial position. As Alana mentioned, there has been significant volatility around our product program revenues. We have to diversify how our movement is funded. You've heard me talk about the 2% figure, right? Less than 2% of philanthropic dollars goes to girls and women. We have to change that. We have to grow philanthropic support for our girls to ensure that we can continue to deliver on our mission for the next 113 years. And so through this strategy, we're aiming to develop an integrated and sustainable operating model that clearly defines how we can invest in growth for the future and serve today's girls. We also aim to create a sustainable, transparent funding model. And I want to explain what that means. Right now, many of our revenue streams at councils actually compete with GSUSA. I've heard from so many of you about our licensed products that have appeared in our stores and how frustrating that has been because it's impacted your cookie sales, your fall product sales. We have to get better alignment with GSUSA on that. And then when GSUSA's revenues increase, for example, via membership, that often is an expense to us as councils. And so we have to figure out as one movement, how do we work better together and align our resources? And as I mentioned, we also have to grow philanthropy. Here locally, this has been a huge priority. And in recent years, we've successfully paid off our mortgage debt on 2 of our 3 current facilities through fundraising campaigns. And finally, we have to ensure that technology works seamlessly for our girls and our volunteers, and that we exercise appropriate control over our relationships with key vendors, like our cookie bakers, and of course, our largest tech vendor, Salesforce. Now, all of this research came together to result in what you see on this screen, the key focus areas of the plan. So, in each of the areas, I'll cover just very briefly what the strategies will be. So to increase diversity in Girl Scouting, we will enhance cultural competency and inclusivity. We'll prioritize community engagement frameworks that reaches more families outside of our movement. And we'll create an impactful, fully bilingual experience in Spanish, something that I know many of us have been asking for many, many years. To expand, the ways of experiencing Girl Scouting, we will develop and deliver innovative new engagement models. We're going to work locally and nationally to simplify the volunteer experience. And we're going to improve processes and technologies to make sure that every experience with Girl Scouts across all of our touch points is easier. To ensure that we have a compelling and widely understood value proposition, we're going to implement our new brand positioning. And one of the things I'm really excited about is we are launching a new national paid media brand campaign, the first in many years, that will highlight Girl Scouts across the nation and the impact of what we do in girls' lives. We also will be working to establish Girl Scouts as a thought leader and an expert on girls and standing up several national advisory boards. And finally, to do all of this, right, we have to have the financial resources to do that. And so as a movement, we are going to be reimagining our operating and funding models. How can we better connect between national and local? We're going to be growing movement-wide fundraising capabilities and collaborating on more national campaign opportunities. And finally, evolving the cookie program model, technology, and partnerships. Now, I want to give you just a very brief sense of how detailed the strategy becomes in terms of its operational changes. So these next few slides will peel back the curtain, so to speak, a little bit on next year's initiatives. For increasing diversity in Girl Scouting, you can see some of next year's initiatives include new cultural responsivity training, modernization of our highest awards requirements. And if you haven't seen the latest news from GSUSA, that was just announced, just several, I believe either yesterday or the day before, launching new engagement model training and launching a new girlscouts.org Spanish experience. And then as we look to expand ways to experience Girl Scouting, some of next year's initiatives include continuing to evolve our after-school program, expanding the Girl Scout Experience Box, which I'm excited is launching in our council as well, launching new volunteer tools and simplifying our online registration processes. In our value proposition work, we'll be implementing new membership and donor campaigns, launching a national paid media campaign for the first time in many years, and putting together an advisory board of experts. And finally, on the financial front, the movement is conducting what we call product line financial analysis, which is a very sort of technical term that basically just means we're analyzing all of the different parts of our organization to see where we need to make investments, right? And maybe where we might need to make some changes. We're also doing a great deal of benchmarking between councils to see how we can lift up best practices, how we can have shared services to save money, and so forth. And finally, we're expanding our movement philanthropy and developing new assets that will be used in fundraising. We're also working to simplify the cookie program and create more national partnership opportunities that drive cookie program revenue, much like our Wendy's partnership. Now, I know that was a lot of information, but we are truly excited to hear your thoughts on this work. We're going to be breaking out into discussion groups a little bit later in our meeting, where you'll have an opportunity to select a room based on these 4 core objectives. And we really look forward to those rich discussions and hearing your feedback. Now it's time for our board treasurer to present the results of our fiscal year ended September 30th, 2024. Please join me in welcoming Michael Osana as he presents the board treasurer's report.
Thank you for taking time today to attend the annual meeting. I am Michael Osana and your treasurer. It's my pleasure to report to you on the financial health of Girl Scouts of Central California South. The Girl Scouts of Central California South September 30th, 2024 financial statements were audited by the CPA firm Price, Page & Company. The financials were issued with an unqualified opinion. An unqualified opinion means all disclosures are included in the financials or footnotes and are properly reported, that the financials and footnotes are compliant with generally accepted accounting principles, GAAP, which are standards issued by the AICPA, American Institute of Certified Public Accountants, and the presentation standards of the Financial Accounting Standards Board, FASB. Staff and management cooperated fully with the auditors. The auditor did not find any material misstatements in the financials and footnotes, nor did they find any weaknesses in internal controls. Now, that was a lot of financial jargon. Basically, the auditor did not find any issues in how the financial numbers are recorded, presented in the financials, or how the staff and management accounting procedures are performed. This slide shows the assets and liabilities of the council in comparison between the 2023 and 2024 fiscal years. Current assets, which are defined as cash and other assets that are expected to be converted to cash within 1 year, increased. The decrease was due primarily to a decrease in cash. This was due to decrease in revenue and an increase in operation expenses. Investments increased due to the increase in the market value of the investments. These are primarily in stocks and bonds. The increase in land, buildings, and equipment was the net result of the acquisition of the Girl Scout Innovation Center in Bakersfield and the depreciation expense the council has allowed for the use of the buildings and equipment. The end result of the assets for the year was an increase in assets of $1,509,727. Current liabilities decreased due to a decrease in accounts payable, a deferred revenue of early renewal memberships. Deferred revenue is comprised of fees collected in advance for the renewal of memberships, early bird memberships, and extended year memberships for the 2024-2025 membership year. The deferred revenue was recognized in full on October 1st, 2024. Long-term liabilities increased $1,738,112 as a result of the acquisition of the Girl Scout Innovation Center in Bakersfield. The Fresno office and Bakersfield office on Brundage had no mortgage during the fiscal year. This slide shows the revenues the council received for the year. Public support increased during the year. This increase was due to growth in donor contributions. We also saw an increase in in-kind support compared to the previous year. Product program revenues decreased during the 2023-2024 fiscal year. The product program gross revenue decreased nearly $1 million due to less packages being sold during the season. The council was able to continue the cookie donor buyout program that allowed the community to donate to support troop cookie sales and donate the cookies to another community connection. Retail store net revenues decreased during the year. During the fiscal year, the retail department increased the amount of GSUSA branded items available in the stores, along with adding a heat press service and Build-A-Bear. Program service revenue increased during the fiscal year. The increase included the extended learning program that expanded to 2 school districts. Other revenue increased as a result of the investment income earned in the fiscal year 2023-24. Overall, the council's revenue decreased by $541,271 year over year. As you can see in the chart at the bottom left corner, the council's largest source of revenue is product sales. This includes cookies and fall product. This represented 80.48% of the council's revenues in the fiscal year 2023-24. The second highest source of revenue for the council is public support at 5.44% of our revenues. Program revenue is 4.59% of our revenues. Retail stores is 3.32% of our revenues, and other income is 6.17%. The chart on the top left side is the breakdown of our public support during the fiscal year. Direct cash contributions made up 59.35% of our public support. In-kind donations of goods and services were 22.68% of our public support. Grants from other organizations made up 12.68% of the public support. Special event revenue were 5.29% of our public support. This slide shows the expenditures that the council had for the year. Total expenses for the fiscal year were $7,806,198. This was an increase of $118,415 over the prior year. The increase in expense was due to the increase in product costs and recognitions associated with the product program sales from the year before. Additionally, personnel expense, interest expense, supplies expense, and insurance expenses also increased. The council spent 87.82% of its expenses on programs and services, 4.34% of its expenses on fund development, and 7.83% on support services. On average, the council spent $819.47 on programming per girl, $40.53 on fundraising per girl, and $73.09 on management support per girl. Management's goal is to ensure that the girls are the top priority to the funds that are raised from public support, product programs, and our other revenues. This slide shows where we ended the fiscal year. The council shows a net loss of $126,579 at the end of the year, compared to a gain of $533,107 at the end of last year. This was a decrease of $659,686. It's important for the council to maintain a sustainable level of reserves. This is done by the council continuing to have a positive net income at the end of the fiscal year. Even though council management does not budget for net income at the end of the fiscal year, management continuously monitors the budget to actual revenue and expenses during the fiscal year to ensure overspend does not occur. This past year, we relied on reserves to cover the shortfall in operating results, and we likely will have to do this again this year. You've heard me talk for a number of years about the importance of reserves, and this is why it's important to maintain them. This slide shows the types of assets that are held at the council for fiscal years ended 2023 and 2024, respectively. Unrestricted funds are funds that the council is allowed to use without constraint, subject to specific board designations and reserve requirements. As you can see, unrestricted net assets decreased by $290,512. The decrease was due to the change in product program revenues. Temporarily restricted funds are funds to be used for a particular program or expense. These funds increased by $163,933. This was due to the fair market value of the investments increasing from the market. Permanently restricted funds are funds that the council is not able to use due to explicit donor stipulations. This is the result of endowments that have been set up based on specific donor agreements, where the council has the benefit of utilizing the investment gains generated from the endowments, but cannot utilize the principal gift. This is designed to ensure that the impact of these funds continues in perpetuity. These funds have no change. As we discussed last year, the frozen GSUSA pension plan for the previous staff and management is underfunded. It was frozen a number of years ago. GSUSA performs annual valuations of the amounts due from each council each year. This amount may increase or decrease based on investment performance. It has remained steady in the past 2 years, but it is a future challenge due to its unpredictability. The council's operating reserves dipped to 7.8% for the fiscal year. This is a result of the decrease in program revenue, along with the cash deposit to acquire the Girl Scout Innovation Center in Bakersfield. As Delilah, Russell, and Alana shared, there are many issues affecting Girl Scouts councils nationally that we are also seeing locally. Nationally, product program revenue declined on average 13% year over year, with one council as high as 50%. We are experiencing national membership declines in the current membership year and forecast further decline in fiscal year 26. We have a membership dues increase going into effect on October 1st, and then another increase in the following October. These increases will impact our bottom line budget as we fund many memberships through cookie incentives and financial aid. GSUSA will launch a scholarship fund for councils and begin revenue share in fiscal year 27, which will provide some relief on the increasing membership costs. I've shared a lot of numbers, graphs, and charts, but here's what I really want you to remember. Girl Scouts of Central California South is creating a strong, lasting impact for girls across our region. Just like our girls, we are having to innovate to find ways to make an impact in our communities while watching our resources. As we partner with our amazing troop leaders, volunteers, and fellow community partners, GSCCS as a community are helping shape tomorrow's leaders. Through hands-on programs, girls are learning essential life skills like how to run a business, give back to their community, explore and care for nature, and lead with confidence and compassion. These girls are growing into the leaders who will help drive a brighter future for Central California. Thank you to management and the board of directors for evolving philanthropy efforts in order to engage the community to contribute to our mission. Thank you to the Finance and Audit Committee members for providing their talents and ensuring the assets of Girl Scouts of Central California South are secured and available for the future of Girl Scouting in the Central Valley. Does anyone have any questions? Hearing none, thank you for your time and dedication to this outstanding organization. Now I'd like to turn your attention back to Delilah for a very special panel discussion.
Volunteers hold a special place in the heart of our Girl Scout movement. Their dedication, passion, and commitment are truly remarkable. They are everyday heroes to our girls, selflessly giving their time and energy to support and strengthen our shared mission. It is my honor to introduce tonight's panel of outstanding volunteers. First, we have Margaret Kidwell from Fresno, Troop 5150 and Service Unit 65. We also have Victoria McMillan from Fresno, Troop 2518, Service Unit 22. And rounding out our panel is Gail Vaughn, representing Troop 2864 and Service Unit 65. Tonight's panel will explore the core principles of the Girl Scout leadership experience. They'll share their insights, personal stories, and reflections, offering inspiration as we continue to build girls of courage, confidence, and character. I'm going to move on over here. All right, so let's begin with our first question. Margaret, I'd love to hear about your Girl Scout journey. Can you please tell us what inspired you to become a leader and what keeps you motivated year after year?
Becoming a leader was for my daughters, really, because the only way really we could have a troop is if I became a leader with the troop, because the volunteers are so important in getting troops up and starting. And there wasn't any troops at our local school or in our neighborhood, so the way we got it going. Continuing it, it really has become a family. And so since Girl Scouts, all the amazing parents that are involved, all the amazing girls, it's now become an extra friend group, an extra community, and a way to really make a difference.
Thank you. Thank you. Victoria?
totally agree about the family, the community connection. It just really has been just a community coming together, family coming together, our girls forming those relationships that are lifelong. Even after they've graduated and gone on, they still have those bonds. And just the same thing, I was looking for a group of people that my children could be with, my girls could be with, but then also I encountered moms that were like me and similar, and we just got along very well. And so it just really formed a community for us and just a family.
That's amazing. Gail.
So I started out a little different. I grew up a Girl Scout from second grade to junior in high school. So I knew the Girl Scout path and history. But I hadn't really planned that for my daughter. And at the school, there was a small troop. We were involved in Cub Scouts at the time. And the small troop was like, oh, you need to come get your daughter. And I was like, well, we got other things. And we ended up, she just said, yeah, she wanted to do it. So I joined, planning on being the helper and quiet parent. And that backfired. Within a year of that, it was the gal that was leading it was unable to keep going. She had some family things come up. And I had the history and knowing what Girl Scouts could be and what we could provide. So I said, sure, I'll take it on. And that was, so yeah, so it was for my daughter and started out with like 10 to 12 girls and then kind of just didn't know how to say no. And 12 years later, you keep going. And it is, it's, you keep going because of the girls and because of what you see from it. And getting those parents, and I do, like you guys have said, it's the parents are just as crucial as the girls because it really gives adults a chance to build that community that you wouldn't have otherwise.
Thank you. Thank you. So you guys have all been very dedicated and passionate leaders. We have, I think, over 30 years of Girl Scout experience sitting on our panel today. Gail, I'd love to have you share one of your most memorable moments from your troop that reminds you why the work that we do is so important to you.
It's hard to pick any particular one moment because there's been so many over the years. But I think it is really being able to watch the girls grow and build the friendships and blossom into these young women that they become. And some that go, oh, you know, we're not going to keep up with Girl Scouts. And then they do, and they find all the possibilities and starting to be able to see the girls take over on their own. And the girls are what bring the other ones in. They are what have made our troop grow. So I know it didn't totally answer your question on one particular moment, but all of that has just kept, it's fed my soul. I know it's fed the parents' souls. It's just a great community.
Victoria.
I think just seeing the kids grow into leaders, you know, as they grow up, you see them small and they're not able to do much, but then they start to get their own voice and they just develop into encouraging each other, doing their own badges and just watching them find the things that they enjoy, that they want to teach the other girls about when they're earning their badges. And then just seeing them encourage each other in high, as they go on to high school and in their sports. I mean, it just kind of expands, you know, not just in Girl Scouts, but also just with their own personal lives with each other. I know our girls watching, we had a group of 5 girls that graduated in 23, and it just was amazing to, like, everybody was on the calendar with graduations and we were all there and they were there to support their sisters. And so that's really, that was their sisters, and just to see them all excited all at the same time was just amazing. And that's just something that keeps it going. You want to, you know, just have those relationships and just to see them grow is just amazing.
Yeah,
thank you.
I know last year our troop voted on doing the ski badge, and that's not something any of us knew what to do. And so we're like, we're going to make it happen. So we organized, you know, with the local ski group and got the great tickets and somehow drove there with girls packed at every brim that we could because families can't always drive up to the snow. And we fumbled through ski lessons and fell a lot and were more exhausted than we've ever been and hotter than we thought we would be. And at the end, we were so tired. We just found a corner of the little place and the girls were just throwing snow at each other. And a girl came up to me and said, "Thank you, Miss Margaret. This is my first time touching the snow." And she was in the 5th grade. And that was just like, oh yeah. And then another girl said, yeah, this is my first time in the snow too, because their families don't have the opportunity always to get to the snow. And so for me, Girl Scouts creates opportunities, especially for our troop, opportunities of first for us to be able to provide for the girls what they wouldn't necessarily be able to afford or do. So
Absolutely amazing. So watching girls grow into confident leaders is at the heart of what we do here, right, at Girl Scouts. Sometimes it's like the quietest girl who finds her voice, or it's the youngest who steps up in an like unexpected way. Victoria, can you share a story of a girl in your troop who really blossomed or took on a leadership role that surprised you?
There's one particular girl that comes to mind. Very beginning, our kids started in kindergarten, and I just remember her being very much attached to her mom. And just all the time, anything we did, activity, she wanted to be right there next to her mom. And I really tried to kind of, get her to join with the girls, and when they would go off to do their own little thing. And it was tough. But now, as she got older, I just saw her personality just grow, and she was just, as she got older, her personality came out, her little voice started coming out, and she just really blossomed into a wonderful young lady. And she's working now, and she has graduated, and it's just like, wow, you're in customer service. And I'm like, wow, you wouldn't even say anything before. And even in Girl Scout cookie season, like, she was right there with the customers, talking with them, and just all those skills that they learned doing that is just so valuable. And just to seeing her grow and be able to go from this little shy little girl, close to her mom, to now, being able to greet customers at her store, that she works at now. And it's just amazing to see that growth in her, and just her voice. So
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Gail?
A similar situation. I have a young girl who came in super duper quiet, like doesn't talk to anybody. And with cookies, that gave her a chance. It was a safe way to be able to start using her voice. And that's been fun to watch her get out and actually talk to people now that she would never have done before. I've had girls, because we have a lot of older girls that have been with us a long time, that we do a lot where the girls plan the Halloween events, they plan things. And so it's been really rewarding and fun to watch these quieter girls, because it's in a safe place and a small group that they can shine together. It's been good.
That's Margaret.
All of them have blossomed in their own way. So I think that's the neat path about Girl Scouts is some become advocates, some become, amazing cookie sellers, some become helping younger girls through the meetings. I mean, each one is they take on what they and their heart want to do, which is really wonderful.
That's amazing. Thank you for sharing. I'm not sure, is that our last question that we have room for? We have room for one more. That's all. All righty. So thank you so much for being part of this panel today and sharing your stories with us. Hearing your impact truly makes a difference in our communities and in our girls' lives. So we're so grateful for all the time, the effort and the heart that you put in to our girls and our community. So thank you again for being here today.
Thank you, Delilah.
Thank you. It's now time for our delegate breakout discussions, and I'd like to invite Russell back to the stage to tell us about our next steps. One moment. Here we go.
Awesome. Thank you, Delilah. So in just a few minutes, you're going to get a pop-up on your screen, and it will be a poll. And that poll will ask you which breakout room topic that you want to participate in. So just a reminder, the rooms are based on the 4 strategic plan objectives. Each room will have a staff member and a volunteer facilitator. And our goal is to hear as much of your feedback on these themes as possible, and really to understand what you believe are the highest priority tactics in each of these areas. Our facilitators are going to be here to ask questions, to hear from you, but they're not going to be there to respond. So the goal is really to hear as many ideas as possible, as opposed to sort of engaging in like a dialogue and explaining what we might be currently doing, etc. We're going to collect all of this feedback, and then we're going to be sharing that back with GSUSA, as well as talking about it internally with our leadership team. We're going to spend about 15 to 20 minutes in our breakout room discussions. So go ahead and please select your room and topic now, and then we will be, in just a moment, transported into our virtual meeting rooms. All right. Thank you, everyone, for your wonderful participation in our breakout rooms and for your invaluable perspectives and feedback. I know I was in the Girl Scout experience room, and I really appreciated the rich and robust feedback and dialogue that we were having. So I would now like to bring Gail back to the main stage for recognition of our outgoing board members. Gail, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you, Russell. Before we close our meeting this evening, we would be remiss if we did not take a moment to recognize our outgoing board members. Michael Alexander, Dr. Heather Brown, Robert Frausto, and Heather Walker-Jans are leaving us after this year. We also want to recognize our outgoing girl representative to the board, Priscilla L. We extend our deepest gratitude for your commitment, wisdom, and leadership in guiding this remarkable organization. Your dedication to the Girl Scout movement has left a lasting impact, and you have truly helped change the lives of countless girls in our community. Thank you for your service, and we wish you all the best in your future endeavors.
And now I want to give special recognition to our incredible outgoing board chair, Dr. Gail Raceborough. Gail has served as our board chair for the past 4 years and has led us through pretty exciting phases of our journey as a council, including the purchase and opening of our new Girl Scout Innovation Center in Bakersfield, and the launch and design and execution of our incredible Boots Bling and Boogie fundraisers. She has been truly a tireless cheerleader for our Girl Scouts, a dedicated partner in the work of Girl Scout governance, and a true friend to all of us at the council. Gail will remain on the board for an additional year as our first vice chair to support Virna's leadership as board chair. But I wanted to personally thank her for her many years of dedicated service as our board chair. Gail, I offer my heartfelt gratitude to you and thanks for all that you have done. On the screen, you'll see a few fun photos of Gail in our mission and in our impact in Girl Scouts. The first photo there is at our Gold Award ceremony. The second photo is at one of our Boots Bling and Boogie fundraisers, and the third photo is at one of our cookie booths where she did a cookie donor buyout. So again, Gail, my sincere thank you for your incredible leadership, and I'll turn it back over to you to wrap up the meeting.
Thank you, Russell. It has been a joy and a privilege to work with Girl Scouts over these years. As we close this 2025 annual meeting, I would like to thank all of you for your time and dedication to our Girl Scouts and to our delegate governance process. You are making the world a better place by your investment in Girl Scouts. And as a recap, this evening we've had the opportunity to reflect on the incredible accomplishments of this last year. As we look ahead, we do so as one united organization comprised of every member, every volunteer, staff member, and board leader. We're committed to a shared vision. With intentional purpose and strategic foresight, our century-strong organization is poised for an even brighter future. From the national movement's strategic vision to our council's focused efforts to reach every girl in every zip code within our footprint, we are delivering a uniquely powerful program, one that consistently prepares girls for success in their personal, professional, and civic lives. As we continue to build girls of courage, confidence, and character, I want to express my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you for your time and commitment. Together, we have done and will continue to do remarkable things. So with that, this annual meeting is officially adjourned, but I would like to take a moment for a personal note to say it was my honor to serve as board chair, and I seriously undertook the responsibility, the role required to serve our council and to work for the good of our Girl Scouts. I enjoyed the opportunity to meet our Girl Scouts and volunteers, to participate in programs and events, and to observe firsthand what our amazing girls can do in their community. Just as our girls are forever changed by their participation in Girl Scouts, I am forever changed and will always carry a huge space in my heart for all of you. Thank you for all you do, and good night.
Good night. Thank you, Gail.